Recent GDP figures are showing growth in the South African economy. The economy grew by 1.2% in the second quarter, stronger than expected. For more on this, I'm joined by senior economist at First National Bank, Thanda Sithole. Thanda, thank you so much for making time. So we have recorded a fourth consecutive quarter of economic growth between April and June. What does Stats SA attribute this growth to?
Greetings, Clement, and greetings to your listeners as well. Thanks very much for having me on your show. Maybe just to start off, I think the numbers are positive in that they are painting a picture where an economy has expanded at a slightly faster pace in the second quarter compared to the first quarter. So growth came in at 1.2% quarter on quarter. From 1% in the first quarter, and I think that's positive. We're penciling in around growth of around 0.9%, and we're surprised to the upside. And this growth is mainly attributed to strong performance in the transportation sector, personal services sector, as well as agricultural sector.
So Stats SA said that despite the gains that have been made, the economy is, I think they said 1.4% smaller than before the coronavirus pandemic. What do they mean by that? Yeah, so that's true. From our side, the numbers are showing that if you look at the level of real GDP in the second quarter of 2019, which is the year that excludes the pandemic, the economy is still lower by about 1.2%. So it means that we have seen some recovery, but the recovery is still incomplete because we have not reached levels that we've seen before the pandemic. Yeah. So we've had rolling restrictions that have continued to stifle economic activity. There's a curfew, lockdown measures are still in place. We had the unrest also a month or so ago. What impact are we expecting to see in the current quarter when the data is announced later? Sure. So the current quarter is going to be poor from our side. The way we look at the numbers, of course, you are correct. The level 4 lockdown restriction that government implemented in July in an attempt to try and cap the spread of the third wave from the Delta variant, but also the unrest that we saw that started in KwaZulu-Natal and then propagated to some parts of Gauteng, also would have impacted economic activity severely. So quarter 3, which is the current quarter, is not going to look good from that perspective. Yeah. Stats SA also recently rebased and benchmarked the national accounts, which showed that the economy is 11% bigger than previously estimated in 2020. How different is this? Does it make any difference? Yeah, somewhat it makes some difference because it means that the economic size of the economy is slightly bigger than the previous estimates. And this is because of an improvement in the methodology that Stats is using in terms of collecting the data, but also there has been some new data sources as well. So from an economic size perspective, this is positive. But we're still, in terms of the structural health of the economy, it has not changed. The data does not reflect any significant changes in the structural health of the economy. If you look at potential GDP before the 2009 recession, it was around 3.5 to 4%, but it's currently below 1% now, which means that the structural health of the economy has not changed despite the revision in terms of the benchmarking that we've seen recently.